Hey you guys, I'm Sierra,
And I'm Andre.
and we're both members of BElite, and we'll be presenting our final grant reports together. So, a general overview of our project, Shining High Amongst the Stars, is a continuation of our curiosity surrounding art and its relation to environmental justice. In the previous year, 2021, which was our first year of even creating Shining High, we created a capsule collection in response to COVID-19. It included T-shirts, like lanyards, backpacks. But this year, we wanted to create art in response to climate change and sustainability since it's been heightened in more conversations as we're starting to see real tangible effects of climate change and sustainability. So receiving this grant allowed for us to create one-of-one upcycled and repurposed clothes, of which we produced a fashion show to present the pieces that each designer made.
Yep. Now, our project is in alignment with the Rebuilding Our Village NOLA policy program due to our focus on sustainability and climate change. During this process or era of Shining High, we dove into how social media impacts our desire to consume material things like fashion at a very unhealthy rate. The constant overlap of consumption is both damaging mentally and financially. And not only that, but overconsumption strengthens the effects of climate change and furthers our desensitization towards it. We're starting to get numb towards it, and overconsumption is a very big problem that feeds into that. So we decided to offer an example towards the youth and people in general that there is an example and there is a way to combat overconsumption.
Yes. So the financial impact with this grant, we were able to pay all 10 of our designers a small stipend to help bring to life their designs. We were also able to pay Eternal Seeds operation fees, so just making sure people like Liz get paid for all of the time and resources that they're pouring into us youth. We also use the funds to pay for the set design supplies, the fashion show that we put on, and the remaining funds will be used to produce Shining High retail items, t-shirts, and tote bags, which actually me and Andre helped design, um,
Yes.
and a short film to help one promote those items, but also speak to the fact of climate change and sustainability, and also just um, maximizing the full talent of BeLite, because we're not just visual artists, we have media artists, photographers, videographers. So
Yeah.
just, showcasing all of our talents. So the next few slides are images from the actual fashion show. You see the flyer right here, real beautiful. So this was us just planning and the day before, kind of stress, high nerves, and this is the actual set design of the show. And my favorite part is the curtain, which we made out of plastic bags. And Andre brought up the fact how like Black people naturally repurpose things, so we all knew that we all had them plastic bags in the cabinet. So it was like, y'all bring
Yeah.
those, we're gonna do something with it.
Yeah.
So
Get
that
real
was really
creative with
get
the
real
set.
creative. Um, And we also rented some plants from a Black woman in New Orleans, Crazy Plant Bay. So that was really nice being able to incorporate community members to help bring to life our set design. These are some of the pieces.
We had a
Um,
lot of people sport different outfits and everything. It was real fun.
yes, very fun. It was just so exciting. It was a lot of our first times, one making clothes and also walking a runway. So that was really exciting.
Right.
We also had a panel discussion after the show, after we all walked, um,
Mm-hmm.
where we got to discuss like the intention behind the whole project and also just answer questions from the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Just an image of how full the house was, which was very
The turnout
surprising.
was crazy.
It was crazy. It was very surprising. Um, yeah, real beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
We had a special guest performance from Fresh and Reckless.
Ooh,
Um,
we indirectly summoned to our fashion show.
yes, which was actually crazy, but they brought the energy and it was just the cherry on top to
A great way to end the show, yeah.
great way, great way. And this is a group photo of just all the BeLite members. Um, during this process, we invited new members to join. So it was just really nice seeing how we all worked together, and seeing how excited they were to just be a part of their first in-house BeLite project. So it was just really nice.
Right. Okay, so the challenges. I think I can speak for all of us as BeLite members and, just as regular people when we say that, or when I say specifically that we all would love to make our own clothes. We all would love to learn how to sew, to crochet. Um, and not everybody, although wanting to do it, is always gonna, just be able to have the time to sit down and physically do it. And that was our challenge. Obviously, we can envision and conceptualize the pieces that we want to make, but the hardest part is actually making them and putting them into fruition. So we had to do things outside of our comfort zone, such as like getting outside of our schedules, finding resources. Resources being like not just like material, but also people to learn from and things to learn from, like YouTube videos, seamstresses, people in our family that know how to sew. Um, we had a lot of things that we had to do with what little time we had. Not only that, but producing a fashion show. How many people can say that they produced a fashion show despite never doing it before? That was another thing. And also just the management and also how we interacted with each other. We in a very stressful point, we did have to, reanalyze how we were sort of addressing the situation. It
Right,
was we had to come together as a team and, sort of work with each other and come back stronger. So that
right.
was all of our challenges all put together.
Yeah. And kind of just remind ourselves why we're here. Because, when
Mhm.
you get too stressed, you get too zoomed in, you have to zoom out of what the bigger meaning is. So, yeah.
Okay, now the dubs. See, successfully, we put on a fashion show. Like I said, fashion show. How many people can put on a fashion show, y'all, from scratch? We got this from y'all. Y'all helped us actually make all this. So, very big thanks for that. But not only that, but we collected all the materials that we already had, or, we just got them to the best of our ability to them not being worth much at all so that we could make this from scratch. And it turned out very, very, very successful. We overcame like a lot of challenges. Everybody turned out, uh, a lot of support. We all now have like a very strong sense of fashion and, just like expression within ourselves. And this is going to be like just a big moment in our portfolio, um, for us to look back on, a big teaching moment. It was just, it was era changing. It was really just evolution in the making right now.
It was just like, just the biggest, at least for me personally, like the most internal or in-house project, Be Light project that I'm the most proud of because
Definitely.
we really put it together really nicely too. And I also want to say, I didn't include in pictures of this, but we also had musical talent of Be Light, Ronnie, aka Rain X, and Woody. Literally, his name is aka Woody, his artist name. Um, but they performed at the fashion show, and that made me really happy. I feel like that was a huge win because we often do a lot of visual arts
Mm-hmm.
based things. So this was really exciting to be able to highlight a different talent and just it was just incredible hearing them live and confident in front of a crowd. So that was a
Yeah,
huge win.
very huge one.
Uh-oh. Okay, so benefits of youth-led change. We feel that youth bring fresh and deeply imaginative perspectives to the table. And these perspectives are needed if we ever want to create and see a more just world. And just speaking of BElite of being a youth-led organization, it's extremely liberating being able to being supported by like adults, but still being pushed to be like, you want to see something done, you do it. Like you have the power and all the means to create the things that
Yeah,
you feel are needed.
taking the initiative to do it
Right,
ourselves.
right. And I think that's super important because we see very often that sometimes you can't there's no time to wait around for someone to come save you or put into fruition the things that you want to see. So sometimes you just got to take matters into your own hands.
Yeah,
And me and Andre mentioned, we were just talking previously, but we've said that if youth are young enough to experience trauma, like we have to talk to our little siblings, little cousins about the real possibility of mass shootings, like school shootings, like
mhm,
young. So we're able to talk about trauma, or if kids are able to experience trauma, shouldn't they be able to experience the things to combat the negative things?
yeah.
So it's real
Being
yeah,
being able to fend for ourselves,
right.
sort of. Yeah.
So yeah, and this leads to our final point of the benefits of youth-led grant making. And and until this project, it never even crossed my mind that youth could write grants. Um,
Yeah.
like that just it never did. But my whole perspective has shifted because we just spoke about how we have these fresh perspectives. We want to see a new world, but what work does it take for that to happen? And I feel like grant making um is
It's a big
the
step in that.
is a big step in that, and like the tangible thing that is needed to produce those systems, these new systems and programs that we're wishing to see.
Right.
Um, yeah,
No,
that's that.
not only that, but grant making made this whole thing possible for us.
It
So
did.
big thanks to you guys.
Yes, thank you to everyone at NOLA. Like y'all literally shifted everything for us. I, we just cannot say thank you enough.
Yeah. Y'all really turned the tables for us.
We did. Um, and girl, we just gotta leave a note on gratitude.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all. Continue doing what y'all are doing. We will continue to do what we're doing and uplift y'all's voice as y'all have helped uplift ours. So we really do appreciate it. And we're gonna go now. Yeah.
All right. Catch
Thank you
y'all later.
guys. See y'all.
Bye.